Hello everybody, it's obviously July 15th, my time and Central Time, but I just figured I would give a review. And when it comes to me being disabled and going on planes, it's a very interesting combination. Well, for some people it is, but I don't mind it. But I wanted to give you all a review about my experience on my first international flight. I mean, it was a pretty interesting day considering it was October 2015, specifically the 9th, and it was an afternoon flight, so people often ask me what is a better time to fly when it comes to internationally, and I say, well, it really depends on where you're going. If you're going to, say, Canada from Canada, either time of the day is good, honestly, because I think they follow the same time zones, maybe a little different, but they're quite similar. So just no time zones are really low for flying. When I flew to Ireland from Central Time Zone from Chicago O'Hare, you could not have flown in from Wisconsin because they didn't offer it. If you're going to Ireland, which from Central Time Zone, if y'all know, is 6 hours ahead, but it was a little over 7 hours flight. So, in my opinion, flying there or like anywhere over the Atlantic Ocean, you should be very aware of the time zone changes because some people get jet lagged, some people don't. I kind of a little bit did. That's probably because I purposely did not sleep much on that flight. Aer Lingus is a really good flight, I will tell you. Aer Lingus has a really good way of mood lighting to help minimize jet lag. This was, again, October 9th, 2015, and they had like a mood lighting they had like the regular, what most people would think of, and then like once it got darker, the lights went off. Not like off, but they had like dimmed the lights significantly, so it kind of feels like a nightlight. And then once you got closer to your destination, they would have this like orange sunrise kind of glow. It wasn't overstimulating, it was just like it basically mimicked the sunrise. So that's probably why I wasn't including a lot of my friends, because it was a school trip. We weren't really jet lagged because they did do that. Aer Lingus, I really respected how they do that, because this was, again, my first international flight, and this was going across several different time zones, and it was, I liked it. I mean, me and a group of friends played a game to see how quickly, like, we could predict when the lights would change, so that was kind of funny. They served a really good food. They had chicken or beef meal. It is nice. I mean, hey, it's better than eating fish. I don't eat fish though, but yeah. It was, again, October. We left at like 3:50 p.m. Central Time. We flew, everything, and then I'll get to like when we landed in a second, but it was a giant plane. So it went by a 2, 4, and then a 2 seating arrangement in economy class. I'm not sure how business class works. So yeah, we get on there. Let me see if I have the photo. Sorry about the excessive glare, but the lighting was really weird on the plane. This was like right when the normal lighting. This is me and a group of friends on Aer Lingus. I was about 17 in this photo. My friend in the middle was about 16, and this is my friend who was a senior. Nice girl, actually. See if I can get a better angle at this. Yeah, I'm sorry. The glare was really bright that day, so yeah. Yes, I was the one making the weird face. We were like in the middle, kind of close to the bathroom area. And they had a lot of different movies. I don't have any like other videos or pictures from that flight, but I do remember that they had this one video. I don't know if Aer Lingus would allow me to post it due to copyrights, but we landed like a lot earlier than we were scheduled to. We were supposed to land at 5:15. We landed at 4 a.m. Ireland time. Well, I think that time zone's actually called Greenwich time zone, if that's how you say it. And we had this like little kind of goofy video about anyone who's been on that flight knows in 2015-16. I think October 2015. Anyone who's been on that flight would know the Chronicles of Keith. That was kind of a goofy video to promote. It was like to promote like a check-in process on your phone, because that's when it was starting to become more mainstream. I just remember my friends were sleeping and we woke up to that video. That was a great one. And I just remember, you know, when you have a bunch of teenagers and you see a goofy ad, they're going to start, you know, laughing at it. Again, I don't know if Aer Lingus would allow me to post this in a reaction video because, again, you know, copyright, but if you go on their YouTube page and type in, you know, Aer Lingus Chronicles of Keith, it will show up. And it would have been taken in 2015, so it probably would have said October 2015. It's on their official YouTube page. And actually, when I went on the flight, they just had released it. So, like, shortly after I landed, they put that on their YouTube page. I was like, oh, nice, let's go. I do watch it secretly occasionally nowadays because of nostalgia, but I really recommend it, especially if you have special needs, like disabilities like autism and all that. I do recommend going on them because it's very spacious. They did inform me when the lights were changing, so I didn't go overstimulated. I watched a bunch of movies, listened to music. I just enjoyed it. So I recommend going on it, especially if you're going to Ireland. You have more space to move. They have better meal options, according to people I know. So yeah, I really hope one day, and this again was like 2015, so almost going into 10 years ago, so I hope one day I can fly on Aer Lingus again, this time not just for, not a school trip, this time to like go visit my friend in Ireland. Yeah, we flew out of Chicago, landed in Dublin, pretty good experience, minus minor turbulence at about 4 hours into the flight. But yeah, Aer Lingus, if you're watching this, you don't have to sponsor me, it's okay. It would be nice to go on your flight. I really respected your crew years and years ago for helping me on that flight. And, you know, being respectful towards a bunch of teenagers. That one of the teenagers is now 26. So yeah, I hope, basically, go on Aer Lingus if you're going to fly to Ireland. It's a bigger plane, but I like it. Thank you.